So, Namaskar. This is Alok. I'm 24 into 7, serving for Manovikas family with my sweet daughter and my dedicated wife, and one national awardee as a rehabilitation specialist for persons with intellectual and developmental disability. And owing the responsibility of Manovikas, I love and celebrate diversity every moment in my life. Welcome and congratulations to you all on the event of Teachers Day today. And this is our special episode on the occasion of Teachers Day. This is Mashwara 39.0 episode. This is Mashwara is a live consultation for persons with intellectual and developmental disabilities during coronavirus outbreak. आज टीचर्स डे के मौके पर हमारी ओर से ढेर सारी शुभकामनाएं और मशवरा के इस 39वें एपिसोड में हम आप सभी का स्वागत करते हैं। कोरोना वायरस प्रकोप के दौरान मशवरा बौद्धिक और विकासात्मक दिव्यांगजनों के लिए एक परामर्श का माध्यम है। I welcome our guests and audience. Today we are going to talk about National Education Policy 2020 for students with disability. In the lens of disability lens, we want to see the Education Policy 2020. And शिक्षक दिवस के इस अवसर पर आज हम लोग राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं और यह विषय बहुत ही आज के दिन के साथ बहुत ही सेट कर रहा है, बहुत ही उपयुक्त लग रहा है। So India has adopted the Global Education Developmental Agenda, and it is Sustainable Developmental Goal 4, SDG4. That SDG4 it was adopted in 2015, and then SDG4 seeks to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all by 2030. So भारतवर्ष ने 2015 में वैश्विक शिक्षा विकास एजेंडा और इसके सतत विकास लक्ष्य SDG4 को अपनाया है और SDG4 2030 तक एक समावेशी, न्याय संगत, गुणवत्ता की शिक्षा सुनिश्चित करने के लिए, सभी को सतत सीखने का अवसर प्रदान करने के लिए, बढ़ावा देने के लिए उसको प्रयास करता है। So National Policy 2020 NEP 2020 attribute significant emphasis on development of creative potential of each individual, including student with disabilities. It is based on the principle of education must develop not only for the cognitive capacity, both the fundamental capacity of literacy and numeracy and higher order of cognitive capabilities such as critical thinking and problem solving, but also ethical and emotional capacity development. तो राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति 2020 NEP जो हमारे जो दिव्यांग छात्र हैं उनके सहित सभी छात्रों के लिए प्रत्येक व्यक्ति की रचनात्मक क्षमताओं के विकास पर महत्वपूर्ण जोर देती है। इस नीति में शिक्षा को न केवल साक्षरता और एक संख्यात्मक मूलभूत क्षमता के रूप से देखा गया है, बल्कि एक संज्ञात्मक क्षमता के विकास, एक सैद्धांतिक आधार, एक महत्वपूर्ण सोच, जो हम प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग के बारे में बात करते हैं, सामाजिक और नैतिक या भावनात्मक क्षमताओं के बारे में बात करते हैं, उसके क्षमताओं के विकास के बारे में भी NEP 2020 बात करता है। हम हमारे सभी मेहमानों का, दर्शकों का स्वागत करते हैं। आपने स्वागत आहे, खैर मकदम, बड़कम, and what we say in Bengali, I don't know, but मैडम नमस्कार। मशवरा का यह 39वां अंक राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति 2020 पर मशवरा करने का अवसर प्रदान कर रहा है। And this live consultation is through Zoom and Facebook Live for persons with intellectual disability and developmental disability and their families, caregivers, professionals during this coronavirus outbreak. मशवरा का यह लाइव परामर्श जो कोरोना वायरस प्रकोप के दौरान फेसबुक लाइव के माध्यम से जूम पर हमारे जितने भी विकासात्मक दिव्यांगजन हैं उनके लिए, उनके परिवारजनों के लिए और पेशेवरों के लिए लाइव है। मशवरा की हर श्रृंखला आप सभी के लिए है। हम आप सभी से मशवरा करते हैं और हमारे साथ आप जुड़े रहे। दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। मशवरा सीरीज इज फॉर ऑल। प्लीज सर्कुलेट एंड ज्वाइन टुगेदर। वी हैव बीन डूइंग मशवरा सिंस 30th April. दिस इज आवर episode number 39. Mashwara post program recordings are available through YouTube, Facebook and other social media, and we have the dedicated website mashwara.live. We can see all our Facebook all our live recordings and everything on our Facebook also. I'll request Dr. Desai sir to give the welcome address or some welcome things on the behalf of Manovikas Charitable Society. Dr. Desai sir, he is the president of Manovikas Charitable Society and director of IBHAS. Welcome you sir.
नमस्कार आलोक।
Yeah.
तुसी एक भूल जाते हो, सत
क्या
श्री
बोली?
अकाल।
ओहो जी, मैं ऐड करता हूँ आज।
मुझे सिर्फ ध्यान है।
Yeah.
But you are wonderful. You and your family and the entire मनोविकास team is so wonderful. आज दिन बहुत अच्छा है। राधा कृष्णन जी का जन्मदिन है। भारतवर्ष में टीचर्स शिक्षक दिवस में रूप में मनाया जाता है और आलोक गुहा जी के को छोड़कर कोई इससे बेहतर स्पीकर या टॉपिक एजुकेशन का एनईपी पे हो नहीं सकता था। तो ये मतलब सोने पे सुहागा है। आलोका जी, आपकी हमारी मुलाकात सिर्फ एक बार हुई है उस सेमिनार में, लेकिन मैं अपने साथियों से कहना चाहूंगा, मैं मेडिकल डॉक्टर हूँ, साइकियाट्रिस्ट हूँ, तो जाहिर है डिसेबिलिटी सेक्टर में दिव्यांगजन के ये जो हम काम आप सब काम करते हो उसमें मेरी एक्सपोजर और जानकारी कम है। मैं सीखने की कोशिश करता हूँ क्योंकि फर्ज होना चाहिए हर मेडिकल डॉक्टर का, खासकर साइकियाट्रिस्ट का, कि he or she must learn about the disability sector and integrate that with whatever one does. And अभी मैं याद कर रहा था आलोक आपके कमेंट्स के दौरान कि and not to overstate this, लेकिन आलोक गुहा जी मैडम के से एक बार जो मुलाकात हुई एक दिन के सेमिनार में ILI में, वो इतनी अच्छी थी बिकॉज इतने सालों से इतना सुन रखा था अबाउट दी फाउंडर चेयरपर्सन ऑफ दी नेशनल ट्रस्ट। सुयोग हुआ था जो आपके बाद रही चेयरपर्सन पूनम नटराजन, क्योंकि तब तक मैं थोड़ा संपर्क में आने लगा था, लेकिन आलोका जी की कंट्रीब्यूशन बहुत सारे पहलुओं में इतनी बढ़िया है और इतनी उम्दा है कि I am 100% sure that today we are going to be benefited immensely by her talk and the discussion after that. Ma'am, on behalf of Manovikas and on my own part, most warm welcome. Thank you so much for being here. जैसे मैंने कहा अनौपचारिक रूप से वेबिनार से पहले, मैं माफी चाहता हूं कि कई बार मैं शायद डबल बुकिंग में फंस जाता हूं। तो 3 से 5 बजे तक एक और वेबिनार है जहां मुझे आई एम वन ऑफ द स्पीकर्स ऑल्सो, कुछ बोलना भी है, तो मैं माफी चाहूंगा। 2-4-5 मिनट में यहाँ से निकल के मैं फुदक के उस वेबिनार पे चला जाऊंगा और वो खत्म करके फुदक के फिर वापस आ जाऊंगा।
ग्रेट।
तो ये फुदकना जो है ये थोड़ा कई बार हो जाता है, बट सच में इट्स सो ग्रेट टू हैव यू हियर। और दूसरा मुद्दा जो हम तीनों को याद आ रहा है आज, जी मेरी जो एक बार मुलाकात हुई आलोका जी से, वो हुई थी एक और स्टालवार्ट की मौजूदगी में, और दोनों को साथ देख के बातचीत करते हुए और उनकी इंटरेक्शंस देख के इतना अच्छा लगा था। मिस्टर पिंचा, जिनको हमने कुछ हफ्तों पहले, शायद 2-3 महीने हुए, खो दिया, उनकी आत्मा परमात्मा में विलीन हुई। such a wonderful person, such a wonderful activist, such a wonderful administrator. Again, perhaps, am I correct? The first chief commissioner on disability.
No, okay. Dr. Uma Tuli was the first.
तो चीफ कमिश्नर डिसेबिलिटी थे, उनसे 4-5 बार मुलाकात हुई थी बहुत जगह। तो मुझे लगता है कि हम एक तो जरा श्रद्धांजलि दें पिंचा साहब को, आलोक आपकी रजामंदी से और मैडम की निगरानी में, और रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा मैडम आलोका गुहा जी से कुछ शब्द कहें पिंचा साहब की याद में, प्लीज।
Yes, then we will go ahead for that ourselves.
Certainly. Yeah, Mr. Pincha was an amazing, absolutely amazing man, not only because he was very knowledgeable, not only because he could speak many languages, but also because he spoke from his heart, and he welcomed everybody into that heart space. सबके लिए जगह था उनके दिल में, सबको वेलकम करते थे और सबको रिस्पेक्ट करते थे। ये being a person with visual impairment, he could see much more than we. So his vision was huge. His vision was much larger than his sight. And all of us who are sighted, we cannot even dream of reaching that level where vision completely outshadows sight. And the best speaker I have heard at any given time, whether in English, Assamese, Hindi, Bengali, बहुत सारी भाषा में बोलते थे वो, and his knowledge of law from A to Z, and without referring to a single note, he could just cull out sections of different acts and mention them in the most appropriate places. We all miss him. We will continue to miss him. He was a great mind. Bye, Pincha. It was lovely knowing you.
Thank you. Great. Thank you. So we should go for the next our
Yes, sir.
programs. Yeah.
Hello.
So on, yes, sir. You want to say something, sir?
No.
Okay.
Please go ahead. And
Okay.
मैं माफी चाहता हूँ. मैं फुदक के फिर वापस आता हूँ.
जरूर सर, जरूर. Okay, sir.
I will hop there and re-hop here.
Please,
Okay.
sir.
Sorry.
Please. Okay, sir. Pleasure, sir. So on the occasion of Teachers' Day, I would like to tell you the significance of celebrating and respecting the teachers. We know Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan was respected academician before he got into the politics. He was a professor at many colleges, even represented the University of Calcutta at Congress of Universities of British Empire and the International Congress of Philosophy at Harvard University. शिक्षक दिवस के अवसर पर मैं आपको इस दिवस के मनाने के बारे में या शिक्षकों के सम्मान के महत्व को बताना चाहता हूं। और हम जानते हैं कि डॉक्टर सर्वपल्ली राधाकृष्णन राजनीति में आने से पहले एक प्रतिष्ठित शिक्षाविद थे। वह कई कॉलेजों में प्रोफेसर रह चुके थे और यहाँ तक कि ब्रिटिश साम्राज्य के विश्वविद्यालयों और कांग्रेसों के अंतर्राष्ट्रीय दर्शन में हार्वर्ड विश्वविद्यालय में कलकत्ता विश्वविद्यालय का प्रतिनिधित्व भी किया था। The story goes that after he was president of India, some old student and friends asked him to allow them to celebrate his birthday. He answered, instead of celebrating my birthday, it would be my proud and privilege if September 5th is observed as a Teachers' Day. So ever since then, his birthday has been celebrated as the Teachers' Day in India. So यह कहानी है कि जब वो भारत के राष्ट्रपति थे तब उनके पुराने कुछ छात्रों ने और दोस्तों ने उनसे अपना जन्मदिन मनाने की अनुमति मांगा, तो उन्होंने अनुमति देने के बजाय उनका जवाब था कि अगर मेरे जन्मदिन को जश्न के रूप में मनाना चाहते हैं तो मेरा गर्व और सौभाग्य होगा कि 5 सितंबर को शिक्षक दिवस के रूप में मनाया जाए। और तब से उनके जन्मदिन को भारत में शिक्षक दिवस के रूप में मनाया जाता है। The teachers educate us where our family and other carers cannot do something the teaching. Their role in society is very important, as they can shape the future of their society and every students. And though he was given the honor being a president, Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan had been the teacher himself and clearly understood the power that lays in the teachers when it comes to shaping the nation, and thus recommended to honor teachers on his birthday. So शिक्षक हमें शिक्षित करते हैं और जहां तक हमारा परिवार या अन्य देखभाल करता नहीं कर सकते हैं उस चीज को, तो हमारे जो शिक्षक हैं just while meeting तो जो शिक्षक हैं वो हमें बहुत ही आगे ले जा सकते हैं। हालांकि डॉक्टर सर्वपल्ली राधाकृष्णन को राष्ट्रपति होने का सम्मान दिया गया था, लेकिन वे खुद एक शिक्षक थे और राष्ट्र को आकार देने की बात करते थे। शिक्षा को स्पष्ट रूप से वो समझते थे और उनके जन्मदिन को हम आज सम्मान के रूप में याद कर रहे हैं। सो माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, this is my pleasure today to welcome Madam Aloka Guha ma'am from the land of West Bengal. where Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan had started teaching in the University of Calcutta, and Dr. Aloka ma'am, Madam Aloka ma'am is from same place with the intense inspiration for all of us today. And Aloka ma'am belongs to a family, belongs to the family of Swami Vivekananda. And as the Swami Vivekananda has said, the only true teacher is he who can immediately come down to the level of student and transfer his soul into the student's soul and see through the student's eye and hear through his ear and understand through his mind. Such a teacher can really teach and no none of else. So welcome you, ma'am. I think आज तो मतलब मैं क्या कहूँ, we have not thought कि मैं आपका सेशन 5 सितंबर को रख रहा हूँ और टीचर्स डे है, बट मैं कहूँगा कि ये हम लोगों के लिए भाग्य है. दिस इज वेरी इंस्पिरेशन फॉर अस कि हम लोग आज आपका स्वागत कर रहे हैं. प्यारे दोस्तों, आज पश्चिम बंगाल की धरती से मैडम आलोका गुहा का स्वागत है. स्वागत करने में मुझे बहुत ही खुशी हो रही है क्योंकि डॉक्टर सर्वपल्ली राधाकृष्णन सर कलकत्ता विश्वविद्यालय में पढ़ाना शुरू किए थे और आज हम सभी उनके गहन प्रेरणा और आशीर्वाद भी पा सकते हैं आलोका गुहा के मैम के थ्रू. और आलोका गुहा मैम स्वामी विवेकानंद जी के परिवार से हैं और जैसा कि विवेकानंद जी कहते हैं कि एकमात्र सच्चा शिक्षक वह है जो कुछ तुरंत छात्र के स्तर तक उतर सकता है. वह अपनी आत्मा को छात्र की आत्मा में स्थानांतरित कर सकता है, छात्र की आंखों से देख सकता है, छात्र की आंखों से सुन सकता है, छात्र के दिमाग से सोच सकता है. और वास्तव में शिक्षक वही है कि जो इस तरह से सब चीज सिखा सकता है. मैम, यू आर वेलकम. वी वेलकम यू. This is once again I welcome and appreciate our special guest to join this mashwara. This episode is bringing you a very important topic and welcome our expert, Madam Aloka Guha. She is the former chairperson of National Trust. Everyone knows and we know that the contribution. And one more thing which I would like to tell you, ma'am, आपका connection मनोविकास से कहाँ है? I remember that day, the first day I met you in your office. जब आप chairperson बनी थी, तो you had inspired us. Why not you want to start a kind of care services for our people with student with disability? So we were earlier doing only the educational part in Manovikas, and your inspiration has started the care services. We are running the respite care. We have the quality of life program for the high support need. So many things we have invented in the care domain. So thank you for inspiring us, and we can thank you. We can tell you, everyone, please have a look of Rakhi Ramola's video for Bindo for sign language interpretation. We welcome JC Gupta sir. So ma'am, now it is your turn, and whatever you want to inspire us today, so please welcome ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for inviting me to do this program, Alok.
Thank you, ma'am.
One Alok to one Aloka. बंगाल में लड़कियां का नाम आलोका दिया जाता है. So I'm very privileged to be here with you. Let me share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. So I want to start with this screen by wishing you a very happy Teachers' Day. If there were no teachers, all other professions would not exist. So I look at you with very loving eyes, because a teacher is someone who makes us what we are in every sense of the word. Now, also I want to look at the other two visuals that I have on the screen. One is a light, and you reach that light only by climbing steps. No knowledge, wisdom is handed over to you in your hand. You have to strive for it, you have to prepare for it, you have to engage with it. And therein lies the teacher's strength, how he or she can engage with his or her students. And this is the policy, the National Education Policy 2020. It's just a vision of the government. It's up to you and I to make it happen. हम कुछ नहीं करेंगे, लॉबी नहीं करेंगे, एक्टिविज्म नहीं करेंगे, एडवोकेसी नहीं करेंगे तो कुछ होने वाला नहीं है. मगर इतने साल बाद, 35 साल बाद, हमें किसी ने एक डॉक्यूमेंट बहुत बारीकी से देखा है, द डिसेबिलिटी पर्सपेक्टिव. और अगर हमें कुछ चाहिए तो इसके लिए इम्प्लीमेंटेशन के लिए मेहनत करना पड़ेगा सबको एक साथ. कोई okay, so now I want to do this presentation today in 7 slots. I've said 6 here, but it's actually 7. Yeah. So first I will do on schools. What does the NEP mean for schools, both general school and special schools? And then what is the teacher? What is the teacher's role in the NEP, both for general teachers and for special teachers? Then I go to a very significant portion for us in the disability sector, IEE, inclusive and equitable education. Then I will end with higher education and teacher education institute, and finally for parents. So these are the portions that I have divided today's presentation on. What is the aim of the NEP? Alok just mentioned this. It's to reform completely. Towards what? Towards quality, equity, access, and inclusion. These are the tenets, the pillars on which the new NEP stands. And what are the two areas that come together? One is character building. Ethical, rational, compassionate, and caring society, and employability, both gainful and fulfilling. So on one hand, we're building character, one hand, we're building skills. The coming together of this is the reforms in education that we are working towards with the vision in this policy. So the emphasis is on creating potential. What are the every human being, every one of them, including the most severely affected special needs child, has some creative potential. And it's our job, yours and mine, to bring out those skills, those talents, hidden as they are, from that child, and look at cognitive capacities, both foundational and higher order skills, also social, emotional, leading to a more ethical life. So this social emotional learning, which is SEL, is a new addition to our educational system, not just with this policy, but well before. And this we need to build into our present curriculum. So I look at the NEP in short as anytime, anywhere education, because there is this continuity, which is the most remarkable part of the policy. You can exit at any time and come back and rejoin at any time, and all your courses credits will be stored in a digital locker somewhere. You don't lose even 6 months of learning. So there is an inclusive ECCE, early childhood care, national foundational learning and numeracy, technology, curriculum, and pedagogy, all moving simultaneously, seamlessly from age 3 to higher education. So this seamlessness is why I call it an anytime and anywhere education. there's a huge change in the report cards in subject choice. So after class 8, you can actually choose which subject you want to be examined on. Not only what to study, because the borders between science and arts and commerce are being broken, but also which subject you want to be examined on. That's a huge one. Then vocations. I'll come back to that later. But the entire system is made much more seamless, moving right up to higher education, and that too in multidisciplinary centers, starting from a very, very young age. So, what I'm going to discuss today, firstly, the format. There are 27 chapters and 4 parts. Part 1 is school education with 8 chapters. Part 2, higher education with 10 chapters. Part 3, other key areas, 5 chapters, and then making it happen. Now, this is a long one. 187 is the full policy. The shortest is 54 pages, shortest version. But chapters 6 and 14 are on equitable education. 6 in school education, 14 in higher education. The other chapters before chapter 9, where higher education starts, every chapter has something good for special needs. And I'm going to deal with those one by one. Now let me start with the role of schools. That's my part 1. स्टेट गवर्नमेंट का रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज को अलग कर दिया गया है. स्टेट डिपार्टमेंट टू लुक आफ्टर पॉलिसी मेकिंग, डायरेक्टरेट ऑफ एजुकेशन लुक आफ्टर ऑपरेशंस, SCRT to look after academics, and State School Standards Authority, that's SSSA, to get set minimal standards for online self-disclosure by schools. So the entire system is becoming less regulatory, depending and trusting schools, colleges, universities to self-declare. हमारे पास ये है, ये नहीं है, ये हम 5 साल में करेंगे, वो हम 10 साल में करेंगे. But this trusting atmosphere will help. And then, of course, all the other existing activities of the state government will continue, because we know, because education is on the concurrent list, state and central. And as all of you know by now, it's called Ministry of Education, just as it was until 1984, when Ministry of Social Welfare started separately, and we started looking at Ministry of Human Resource Development. Now, look at the structure in the next slide. What do you see? There's 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. So all of these specific divisions are actually seamless in many ways, but new inclusive early childhood education. Now, starting at age 3. So the child starts getting ready in school from 3 to 6, 3 years. There will be Anganwadis, Balvatikas, preschools, which will prepare the child for school readiness. Now, we've always had this problem that children with the special needs are dropping out of school. They're not able to adjust in an age-appropriate class. That hopefully will now get solved, because every child will get 1 year between age 5 and 6 to prepare for class 1. We've always felt that the schools were not ready, teachers were not trained for inclusion. That will change. So NCERT will develop a national curriculum framework for pedagogy in early childhood care and education, which will be inclusive of disability. And 0 to 3 years, another curriculum framework or guidelines for parents. So now we're actually going to see the learning beginning where it's most important, at 0. So we'll look at the neuroplasticity of the child, and this will be extremely helpful. What else? In early childhood, we find that it's completely aligned with what you and I know about early intervention. What are the domains? They're similar. Physical and motor development, cognitive development, socio-emotional, ethical development, and communication and early language. Number 4 that you see on the screen has been added: cultural and artistic development. Most important is that little red egg that I have shown you on behavior. So important for children who don't understand what is appropriate and what is inappropriate behavior. If it's taught as a subject from very early child, we'll find our children being able to cope with school, peer, and teacher friends. So very clearly written here that ensuring the inclusion and participation of children with disabilities in ECCE and the schooling system will also be accorded the highest priority. Very clear, significant statement. What else? Preparatory class Vatika for 5 to 6 year olds, and they'll start visiting the school. They'll get ready for it. Transition will be that much simpler and easier, particularly for children with ID, children with ASD, etc. And school preparation module for everyone, class 1 entrance. एंड क्लास स्कूल में जो खाली जगह है वहाँ पे सामाजिक चेतना केंद्र बनाई जाएगी, जहाँ पे we create awareness and other aspects about what education do. In this slide, I'm trying to show, other than chapter 1, which I've discussed on early childhood, now I'm going to discuss chapter 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 8. Why am I leaving out chapter 6? Because I'm addressing that separately on equitable and inclusive education. So chapter 2, functional literacy numeracy, covers everything that we were missing: peer tutoring, using educated people in the community to volunteer for mission on mentoring for functional literacy and numeracy. Children with disabilities in OOSC. What is that? Out of school children. That RTE has found lots and lots of children who are not in school. So here in the policy, chapter 3 is dedicated to out of school children, of whom we know at least 30% are children with disabilities. So how do we plan to bring them in? I'll show that in the next slide. Chapter 4 is the largest chapter. It's on curriculum and pedagogy. And chapter 7 is school complex. What's a school complex? Okay, in one area, physical, geographical area, we'll have a preschool, Anganwadi, secondary school, higher secondary school, so that we use the best teachers across the classes. And most importantly for our kids, the transition and retention will be better. They'll be seeing this school, and their trauma, the stress about going to a new place, unfamiliar place, will be reduced. And school counselors, social workers, and psychologists from the Ministry of Social Justice, they have mentioned that, will be brought in to do surveillance. Chapter 8 is about the new various frameworks, the state school standards authorities, the skill qualification accreditation framework, PARAK, which will be the testing center where they will develop SLD tools as also guidelines. That's chapter 8. Now let me look at sorry, did I move? Yeah. Chapter 3, what are the 2 measures they'll take to bring out of school children back, including children with disabilities? The first, and that's a very positive one, that हम ऐसा स्कूल बनाएंगे, ऐसा सिस्टम बनाएंगे जहाँ पे कोई ड्रॉप आउट नहीं होगा. क्यों, कैसे नहीं होगा? क्योंकि हम हर बच्चे को उनके हिसाब की एजुकेशन देंगे. Therefore, all of the children will learn according to their needs, at their pace, and we will ensure that there are no dropouts. But if there are, क्या करेंगे? उसको हम surveillance करेंगे. So they actually use the word universal participation in school by carefully tracking students as well as their learning levels. ये बात पहले हमने नहीं सुना कि even disabled बच्चे का learning levels हम track करें. पहले कहते थे कि हाँ भाई आप आओ यहाँ पे रहो, पढ़ाई वढ़ाई कर रहे हो ये नहीं रहे कर रहे हो ये आपका जिम्मेदारी है, मगर यहाँ हम कह रहे कि हम उनके लर्निंग लेवल्स भी ट्रैक करें so that everybody is enrolled and attending. And look at B33B have suitable opportunities for catching up to re-enter schools in case they dropped out. Great one. Now I go to chapter 4, and that's a beautiful chapter. It's the largest chapter, and almost 75% of it is significantly supportive the learners with disabilities, because we are moving away from what to learn to how to learn. So the content, this huge content that our kids have to grapple with, that is going to be reduced to only basic concepts. Secondly, flexibility of choosing and transferring between courses, science, arts, humanities, etc. Then ISL, which is Indian Sign Language, वहाँ पे वो लोग कह रहे हैं कि हम यूनिवर्सल करेंगे. फिर हम curricular access for children who cannot access huge content. That's not only for our children with intellectual disabilities and ASD, but children with HI, children with VI. Everyone struggles with hearing fatigue and visual fatigue. पढ़ते पढ़ते जो सुन नहीं पाते वो पढ़ते पढ़ते उनकी visual fatigue होते हैं. All of this, if there's a reduced curriculum, will be great. Secondly, I come to test. We only test conceptual understanding and application. So there will be tests in class 3, 5 and 8 moving towards a semester system, but more importantly, there will be a 360-degree report card looking at a child's entire character, personality, talents, hidden potential, what they are, how much of it they are achieving, and how much we still need to bring out and showcase. So this report card will see a complete change. Redesign, board exam, only test conceptual understanding. And of course, in the curricular part, arts, sports, integrated into one curriculum. No more extracurricular, co-curricular, etc. So imagine how good it would be for kids with autism to be able to express themselves through art. Great. So NCFSC, National Curriculum Framework for School Education. That is what a new framework will emerge through NCERT with vast consultations with every related ministry, including our own. Look at 4.9, vocationalization of education from secondary school onwards. Aren't we tired of our children learning bag making and diyas and paper? Come on. This will be a biggest, I think the biggest change maker for our kids with disabilities in the regular school program. If they can start being exposed completely to one vocation and also looking at 2 or 3 others, so that the dignity of labor is brought back into our lives. Next one I go to is the role of teachers, both general and special. Here I've tried to show how our teachers have changed. वहाँ बैठ के पहले में देखो आप गुरु बैठे हैं, सब लोग चुपचाप सुन रहे हैं. सेकेंड वन में देखिए, द ब्लैक बोर्ड हैज बीन इंट्रोड्यूस, खिड़की विड़की खोल दिया, डेस्क है, बच्चे अभी भी ज़मीन में बैठे हैं, मगर ये रूरल स्कूल भी हो सकता, और दीवार में थोड़ा कैलेंडर, थोड़ा पिक्चर वगैरह है. And in the third picture, you see today's teacher. All she needs is a mobile phone. So, online teaching, which has become so popular now, and not that great for our group of kids. But this is the new teacher of today. So, this policy looks at bringing back the teacher to be the most respected and essential member of our society. So, how are they going to do that? They're changing the system so that the livelihood of the teacher is protected, that she's from a local community member. We've had these discussions on local teachers forever and ever. And state governments has opposed this, saying that we have the right to transfer teachers. Huh? But now we're looking at local trades, local support, local community being part of the education system. So we want to keep teachers from the local areas. Respect for her, dignity for her, and much more autonomy. Autonomy also into teaching the using the pedagogy that she wants to teach you, from particularly from secondary school onwards. But the choice will be hers in how she wants to teach a particular lesson or a subject. But at the base of it all will be quality control and accountability. This is chapter 5 on teachers, and we're talking about a 4-year integrated BA course. So there'll be 3 years of BA and 1 year extra for the BA. Then there is sharing of teachers, 5.5, particularly if there is a complex. So whoever teaches science best will teach in all lower primary, upper primary, secondary, higher secondary, cross. And there will be vertical mobility. If they're very good, if their creativity will be incentivized, rewarded, also they can become master trainers. 5.7 and 8 and 9 are about technology. This is going to be part of their teacher training program, because we're looking at using technology in the classroom, especially for children with disabilities. So, caring and inclusive school culture is expected by the teacher. Autonomy in choosing pedagogy. Most importantly, 5.15. 50 hours of pedagogies. Professional development program. That's how to assess learning outcomes, how to do competency-based learning, how to do art integration, and all of these storytelling approaches, etc. Sab naya curriculum mein hoga. Even principals will have 50 hours of modular workshops per year. Okay, let me go to the 5.20. A national professional standards for teachers will be set by NCERT and NCTE, which is going to change its name sometime in the near future by 2020, under the General Education Council. So this is more or less the same thing. There will be teachers in the SMC, or now the school complex, so it will be called School Management Committee Complex, something like that. So they will be part of the SMC. Their administrative work will be reduced. Housing will be given in rural areas as an incentive to stay there. And all of these benefits, particularly training in subject teaching. This has come back again and again in this entire policy. Teaching of subjects. Whoever is best in it will get many rewards. I come to part 3, role of special educators. Surprisingly, they are mentioned several times in the policy, and I'm going to read from it. There is an urgent need for additional special educators for certain areas of school education. Some examples of such specialist requirements include subject teaching for children with disabilities. So they understand that to teach geography to a visually impaired person, you need not only an understanding of his learning needs, but also to teach that subject in a more creative way. So, such teachers would require not only subject teaching knowledge but also understanding of the special requirements of children. And I've been going on and on about subject teaching for special educators. So, finally, now RCI will have to bring that in a much bigger way in the special BMs. Surprisingly, RCI is also mentioned. RCI and NCERT. Greater synergy will be enabled between the course curriculum of NCT and RCI to ensure availability of qualified special educators who can handle subject teaching as well. This is 5.21, again mentioning special educators. So now I come to part 4, role of special schools. Is there a role for special schools in the general education framework? Yes, there is. Let me discuss it. RPWD is completely endorsed in this as far as school education is concerned, not higher education. They've just mentioned that we are in complete agreement and endorsement of inclusive education as mentioned in RPDM, school education ki taraf se. So, SEG, as Alok mentioned, and RPD and the RTE amendments will fuse into a plan of action in which you and I have to lobby for, actively advocate for. And there is complete synchronicity and seamlessness with SDG 4, particularly with 4.4. So, what is the role of the special school? They're not called special school in this policy, they're called alternative forms of schools, 6.15. कंटिन्यू व्हाट दे आर डूइंग ऑल्टरनेटिव पेडागोजीज जो पढ़ा रहे हैं उसको आप कंटिन्यू करो, मगर हम आपको फाइनेंशियल असिस्टेंस देंगे कुछ स्पेसिफिक काम के लिए. और ये पॉलिसी मेंशन करती है क्या कि इस स्पेशल ऑल्टरनेटिव फॉर्म्स ऑफ स्कूलिंग से डिसेबल्ड बच्चे ज़्यादातर हायर एजुकेशन में नहीं जाते. सो look at my next slide. Capacity building of teachers in alternative forms of schools will be facilitated by the MOE through financial assistance. For what? For inclusive pedagogies, for subject teaching, and for tracking learning outcomes. They will only give you financial assistance if you follow the national curriculum framework for school education. Say, some of your children will need separate teaching, but many of your children can actually benefit from subject teaching and pedagogies, changes in different kinds of pedagogies, and following the national curriculum framework and the learning outcomes thereof. So this is, I think, the greatest success of NEP 2020 is that it recognizes the need for fewer regulations, more autonomy, better teaching and learning methods, and I've mentioned pedagogy several times, better teacher training, and more meaningful exams. Essentially, it has given India a vision for the future. Now I go to my part 5, and after this I will give a break and take some questions and move forward to higher education. So
Sure,
part
ma'am.
5,
Sure.
inclusive and equitable education. इसमें chapter 6 school education में है और higher education में chapter 14. So they need to be read together. There are many analogous issues which are similar, common to both. Now they talk about the definition of inclusive education, and it's copy paste from the RPWD Act 2016. So they've endorsed it completely as far as school education is concerned. They use words like SEDG, URG, SEZ. ये है क्या? SEDG, I will explain in my next slide. URG is underrepresented groups, and SEZ is special education zones. It doesn't mean special education the way we understand it. They say special एजुकेशन जोन जहाँ पे कुछ अंडर रिप्रेजेंटेड ग्रुप्स को ज़्यादा पॉपुलेशन में दिखा जाता है, लाइक ट्राइबल्स इन मध्य प्रदेश, तो वो भी एसईडीजी के अंदर है. सो चैप्टर 6 and 14 they say education is the single greatest tool for achieving social justice and equality. So disability is at parity with SC, ST, OBC. So there are double disadvantages within the girls and with SC, ST. You may be a girl with SC and with disability. So you have triple disadvantages. For them, there are special innovations, special measures that must be addressed for their specific needs. Look at the next slide. SEDG as a distinct identity throughout the policy, every chapter almost. The 4 groups within SEDG. And what is SEDG? Socially, economically disadvantaged groups. SEDG. And they've taken 4 groups within this. One is, of course, gender, fully in agreement. Socio-cultural, that's SC, ST, OBC, tribals, these are social, culturally disadvantaged. Then geographical, those who are in very remote rural areas, jahan pahunch nahi pate hum, they are also disadvantaged and disability. So these 4 groups, and they very clearly mention that initiatives must be in place to ensure that all students from such groups, and this is your SEDG, despite inherent obstacles, are provided various targeted opportunities to enter and to excel in the education system. So many measures for this group. Sorry. So is there an explicit enunciation of learners with disabilities? Yes, there is, several times. What are the words they use? Children with disabilities sometimes, differently abled children sometimes, Divyangjan sometimes, but more often children with special needs. So they say here, I'm sorry, and no, I don't have corona, not yet anyway. So children with disabilities will be enabled to fully participate in the regular schooling process from the foundational stage to higher education. Education is a great leveler and is the best tool for achieving economic and social mobility, inclusion, and equality. So this comes again. Social mobility, inclusion, and equality through quality education. So while preparing the National Curriculum Framework, NCERT will ensure that consultations are held with expert bodies such as the National Institutes of the Department of Empowerment of Persons with Disabilities under MSG. These are all straight quotes from the policy. So chapter 6 and 14, let me come down to a few. Regions of the country with large populations from educationally disadvantaged groups will be called SEZs, right? A single agency, and that's marvelous for us because we have disabled people among girls, among SC, among ST, minority, plus our disability. So if one agency with one website is handling all of this entire group, it will be very useful. There will be no duplications or people falling between the stools. And it's clearly mentioned that we will promote role models from these groups, make them teachers, and make sure that they inspire and motivate others to come into the system and excel in it. And specifically mention developing respect for diversity. This will be in the school curriculum. So specifics. So far I've talked largely about the entire SEDG group. Now I come to specifics for children with disabilities. It says here that it also recognizes the acceptance of creating enabling mechanisms for providing children with special needs or Divyang the same opportunities of obtaining quality education as any other child. I mean, this is like music to my ears and to all of yours, I'm sure. We've been actively fighting for this, struggling for this for 20, 30 years, and now it actually comes into fruition as a vision, which is a policy document released very officially. We can now fight for the small print. I want to talk about 6.4 scholarships, conditional cash transfers to incentivize parents to send children to school. Hey, this is huge, isn't it? Then, providing bicycles for girls, especially, to come to school. Many other participatory measures. One-on-one teachers, peer tutoring, appropriate infrastructure, and technological interventions to ensure access, not just access to the building, but access to the curriculum. And this is something we've really been missing. So 6.4, 6.5, 6.7 and 8 is about girls, and that a gender inclusion fund will be created for all those girls who are in this SEDG group. 6.13 and 14 is about SLD and how special tools will be designed to detect and to guide the teachers in how to teach them. 6.11 is about school complexes. They will be barrier free. There will be technology, braille, large print, ISL, assistive devices, all of these specifically mentioned. And 6.10, where the RPD is very clearly mentioned and in a very supportive kind of way. And I go to the next slide. As you know, currently for persons and learners with disabilities, there are 4 types of educational opportunities in the school education section. One is special schools, from which we all started. Then there's home-based education. Then there's the neighborhood school, which is your inclusive school, your Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan school, now Samagra Shiksha, and NIOS. Now, all 4 of these systems are actually mentioned in the NAP, and I'll tell you how. First, I've talked about special schools, the alternative forms of schools, and how they will be helped. We've done this. Specific provisions for benchmark disabilities. This is specifically mentioned as benchmark disabilities as per the RPD. They talk about 6.12, choice of regular or special schools. So even in the special schools, they're going to give you support for teaching subjects and for tracking learning outcomes. So let me read this out. While it is clear that the education of all children with disabilities is the responsibility of the state, special measures problem-based solutions will be used for the orientation of parents and of caregivers, along with wide-scale dissemination of learning materials to enable parents and caregivers to actively support their children. They'll assist parents in achieving high quality homeschooling and skilling. This is amazing. We've never had any specific formal guidelines either for home-based education or for the early childhood period. You know, many schools, secondary schools, high secondary schools are now taking in children at the age of 3 and teaching them something or the other till 6, but there are no guidelines. There's no official government guidelines and what to do for the 0 to 3 and the 3 to 6 period of life, which is the most crucial, not only for all children, but specifically for children with disabilities. So now we will get guidelines for 0 to 3 and for 3 to 6 and for home-based education for both schooling and skilling. And these will be very tightly monitored and audited. So this is the first time we'll get all of that. 6.11 is for those with high support needs, except that they call them barrier free access for all children, especially for those who have severe or multiple disabilities. And for them, there will be support mechanisms tailored to suit their needs. Now, this has complete resonance with reasonable accommodation as mentioned in our RPD Act, and which we're all fighting for. Reasonable accommodation is a right, it's a human right of every person with disability, where it not only comes from the UNCRPD but also in our rights of persons with disabilities. So 6.11, recruitment of special educators with cross disability training. This is a new one. We've been fighting for this. Now that it's so clearly mentioned that schools will prefer to have special educators who are trained in several disabilities, not just one. This will be far more useful to the teachers. So now RCI will have to develop short modules for those who have one disability but need to learn pedagogies for others. Mind you, RCI has already planned this into their annual plan of action, because this was in the draft itself for the last 2 years. We've been dealing with this draft. So RCI has already taken this cognizance of this, and now the modules will have to be developed. So it mentions here children with severe or multiple disabilities. So this is your high support needs. Technology, ICT integration for teaching, learning, for evaluation, for teacher preparations, and for professional developmental educational access for all children, including children with disadvantaged groups. So we all know that for all categories of disabilities, we have highly developed technological apps available to enhance access to the curriculum. And this is realizing through social justice in inclusive and equitable education. While it is an essential goal in its own right, the NEP says it is also essential for achieving an inclusive and equitable society. That's where we are going, a more inclusive society, more equitable society, in which every citizen has the opportunity to dream, to thrive, and to contribute to the nation, not just as a passive recipient, but also as a contributing person to the development of the nation. So I'm going to take a break here, take some questions, and then I'll go back to higher education. Alok, can you tell me what questions we have?
Ji, ma'am. Ji. Yeah. Ma'am, I'll go one by one, and even we will take the questions. There is a first question we were receiving so many that can you share the PPT? And I would like to tell you we have this recorded sessions available in our website, our Facebook media, or YouTube, so you can find out all the technical parts, and even the voiceover of ma'am is available. So I don't think that you need the PPT. So please go through our media and then you can find out. Ma'am, it is there somewhere that somebody is writing, how would be the examination patterns for children with special needs, and the provision of the scribe and other things will be there or not?
Yes, of course. This is a vision. It's a policy, right? Now, NCRT and of
Your
course
voice is
SCRT.
not coming, ma'am.
Not coming
Okay.
now?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So now
No,
this
it's
has
coming.
been a this is a policy, it's a vision of the government. Now, stakeholders, teachers, parents, students, the entire education system stakeholders have to take this forward and make it into a reality. So examination methods, examination support, all of that will come in the plan of action, which will follow from this. So we have to sit together with the NCRT, with NCTE, and all of the bodies that I will talk about in the next session, and ensure that our needs are addressed. You know, I must tell you this, and I must take my hats off to MHRD, that all the suggestions that came from the disability sector through the Government of India, Ministry of Social Justice, all of them have been accepted. And that gives us enormous confidence and hope and faith that going forward, everything that we suggest will be included. So don't forget to engage in the dialogue for special needs. And I'm sure Mashwara will have one sentence, one session in which reactions to NEP will be held. Maybe not next week or the week after, but at some point
Yeah,
we have to take everything and everybody on board.
Yes, yes. So, ma'am, there is a question. There will be the examination for class 5th, 3rd, 5th, 8th.
It will be in the school. So hopefully there will be
Yeah.
2 semesters, and after every semester, and the other thing I forgot to mention, that there will be formative assessments, not summative. And for our children, formative is far better than waiting for the entire lesson to be over, then being tested for that whole year or whole lesson. So formative assessment is specifically mentioned, and semester wise class 3, 5 and 8 में एग्जाम्स होंगे, और उनको जो तरीके हैं वो सब हमको सजेस्ट करना पड़ेगा। आप सबको मिलके एक लड़ाई है, एक कैंपेन है, या सुशांत सिंह राजपूत का कैंपेन नहीं है, मगर उस शायद उससे बड़ा है, क्योंकि इतने सारे लोग की नीड्स एड्रेस करने के लिए कोई एक आदमी की आवाज से नहीं होंगे, सब मिलके और लाउडली एंड इन रिटन फॉर्म हमको अपना सजेशंस इकट्ठा करने होगा और फिर आगे ले जाने का कोशिश करना पड़ेगा। आलोक को
मैम, देयर इज वन बिग Yeah, definitely. I'm with you. Ma'am, there is a question that the students, those who has the high support need, will be able to mainstream through the regular classroom or not? And what will be the concept of inclusion? Whether this will special need children will be pay attention in the classroom or not?
हाँ जी, इसी के बारे में मैं 45 मिनट से बात कर रही हूँ कि द होल सिस्टम विल बी रिफॉर्म। तो आज के दिन में आप एक समग्र शिक्षा क्लास की जो हालत है वो काफ़ी चेंज होगा। उसमें पेडागॉजी टीचर्स को ट्रेनिंग होंगे, उसके बाद पेडागॉजी क्लासरूम का द टीचिंग लर्निंग प्रोसेस विल सी अ कंप्लीट ओवरहॉल इन लर्निंग मटेरियल, in the pedagogy the teacher chooses to use, in the attention to each child's needs, and in actually promoting peer tutoring, one-on-one learning, and getting the community as part or an important part of the entire stakeholdership of. So बहुत सारे लोग आएंगे, बहुत सारे changes होंगे, आप देखते रहो। कहानी अभी बाकी है, बहुत ज्यादा बाकी है।
हाँ, ये तो है। अभी तो शुरुआत है।
बिल्कुल।
एंड मैम, जो बीएड वाले बात कह रहे थे कि जो द 4 integrated बीएड विल बी एप्लीकेबल फॉर द स्पेशल एजुकेशन स्लॉट आल्सो, स्पेशल एजुकेशन सेक्टर आल्सो।
दैट इज नॉट वेरी क्लियरली
जो इंटीग्रेटेड बीएड है,
तो मगर वहाँ पे लिखा है कि एनसीटी और आरसीआई को एक साथ काम करके more synergy in the B.Ed and the special B.Ed, right? तो already NCT और RCI का meeting हो गए और ये चर्चा आगे बढ़ रहा है, और आगे in the next 6 months I think we will see a much highly different kind of B.Ed special education as well as general B.Ed. There is compulsory paper on inclusive education in B.Ed, वो अभी भी है, मगर उससे ज़्यादा आगे जाके जो होगा उसमें पेडागॉजी बहुत ज़्यादा जगह मिलेगा, एंड टीचिंग चिल्ड्रन विद डिसेबिलिटीज विल बी एन एसेंशियल पार्ट द जनरल बीएड करिकुलम। ये पॉलिसी में लिखा हुआ है। सो शायद who knows, at some point general teachers will be so well educated in handling children with disability that आपकी और हमारी ज़रूरत ही ना हो, स्पेशल एजुकेटर्स को लगेगा नहीं, क्योंकि जनरल टीचर्स सब हैंडल कर सकें। सो नेक्स्ट 10-15 years में बहुत बहुत ज़्यादा फ़र्क आएगा और हमारे इस ग्रुप के बच्चे जो हैं उनके लर्निंग विल बी कम्प्लीटली
जी
चेंज्ड।
मैम, जो क्रॉस डिसेबिलिटी वाली बात कर रहे थे, दैट द फ्रेमवर्क इज अवेलेबल नाउ, लोग पूछ रहे हैं आर्ट
हाँ
में अवेलेबल है क्या वो
हाँ,
क्रॉस
वो
डिसेबिलिटी वाला
एक्चुअली
कोर्स?
नहीं, फ्रेमवर्क तैयार नहीं है, मगर आरसीआई का ये सारी एक्शन प्लान
हम्म।
has been passed by the executive committee, the general education committee, and they are, I think, or in the process of forming separate committees कि जिनके पास विजुअल इम्पेयरमेंट में ट्रेनिंग है उनको आप हियरिंग, आईडीडी, मल्टीपल, ये सब कैसे सिखाओगे, और सिमिलरली दोज हु हैव एचआई ट्रेनिंग वो बाकी सब।
यस यस।
सो ये छोटे छोटे मॉड्यूल्स की तैयारी होने का शुरू हुआ है, थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा, बट आई थिंक बाय द एंड ऑफ or by the middle of next year, which is the end of this year's session, academic session, I think there will be all of these modules ready, made by RCI. Anji.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Ma'am, we have one of your students, Shivam Sharma. He is giving you the Happy Teachers Day, ma'am. You have taught me in NIEPVD Dehradun. मैं
Yes.
आपको देखा था, आपने बीएड की क्लास ली थी. Thank you, ma'am, for the support. So yes,
Thank you so
so
much.
further we can move.
Yes, let me go to
Yes,
part
thank you,
6,
ma'am.
which is higher education.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
आप
Yeah.
जरा ध्यान से सुने क्योंकि मैं ये slides बहुत मेहनत से बनाती हूँ, more to remind
Yes, yes.
myself than to remind you. So my first slide here you will see is on higher education, and that's part 6. Okay, so उसमें regulatory body से मैं शुरू करूँ, एक ही होगा, हायर एजुकेशन काउंसिल ऑफ इंडिया, एक रेगुलेटरी बॉडी, वो भी फेसलेस, और वो अम्ब्रेला होगा फॉर 4 standalone silos in higher education. One will be the professional standard setting body, जो आज जिसे हम NCTE कहते हैं आज, तो वो will merge at some point and become a professional standard setting body without the regulatory powers, because all of these bodies will have no regulatory powers. So only one, higher education council body. It's like an umbrella architecture body with 4 independent bodies under it. So one will be for standard setting, number 1. Number 2 will be for funding, that is your higher education grants council. Number 3 will be for regulations, NHERC, for that's higher education, and your NSC will remain accreditation in a national level. So these 4 different bodies will have one head only, and that's your HECI. Now they're looking at a time when they'll have multidisciplinary universities. So all of the standalone technical universities, health science universities, legal and architectural universities, they will all at some point merge into a multidisciplinary university. Some of these will be more research based and some will be more academic based. But the standalone colleges, etc., will be encouraged to move under one umbrella. So क्या होगा इसमें? इसमें ज़्यादा functional and institutional autonomy होगा, revamping of curriculum, of pedagogy, of assessment, and of student support, professional, academic, and career counseling. Then we will go to reaffirming the integrity of faculty and institutional leadership positions, जो आज के दिन में थोड़ा compromised हो गया है कुछ जगह में, तो इसके ऊपर ध्यान दीजिएगा. Financial support for students under the National Scholarship Portal. They are very, very interested in bringing more students and learners from the social and economically disadvantaged groups into higher education, and everyone will get chances and support, individualized or otherwise. So looking at a national research foundation, we're also looking at open and distance learning hugely expanded, lots of online courses and digital repositories, improved student services, and credit-based recommendations of higher education systems. Internationalization of education. I think you may have heard the Prime Minister saying this, that we are looking to become a global education hub. So the kind of quality that we provide at both school and higher education will be world class, first class. So also accessible learning materials for adults and persons with disabilities, 21.9. And this is something that department is very keen on. I think we've had several webinars on this. I did remember, I did join one of those where the MHRD is asking the MSJ for learning materials for persons with disabilities. And this kind of interministerial coordination and consultation is very, very important and hasn't happened all that much. So public and private higher institutions, educations, will be governed by the same norms of regulations, accreditations and academic standards. कभी-कभी public education के लिए अलग standard, private के लिए अलग होते थे. आज के दिन में सारे sorry, I'm getting some disturbance.
Ma'am, you have to unmute. Yeah, unmute.
Okay.
Okay.
Done?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, done.
Okay. Yeah. So now I have come to the teacher education, and I know many of you will pay special attention to this. Teacher preparation is an activity that requires multidisciplinary perspectives and knowledge, formation of dispositions and values, and development of practices under the best mentors. So, they're trying to move the Teacher Preparation Institutes, or TEIs, Teacher Education Institutes, into the multidisciplinary system so that they get support from other mentors, other professionals who are handling those courses separately. And there is a lot about teacher education institutes in this policy, which says they've taken note of the Justice Verma Commission, where they found that degrees were being sold for money, and therefore the teachers were not adequately prepared, and that is why our education system is not quite what it should be. So there's a huge emphasis on teacher preparation, teacher education, many reforms there. Okay, and if you look at the third paragraph, the regulatory system shall be empowered to take stringent action against substandard and dysfunctional teacher education institutes that do not meet basic educational criteria after giving 1 year for remedying of the breaches. So all teacher education programs must be conducted within composite multidisciplinary institutions. They're saying psychology, maybe psychology से में social work से हर discipline से teacher education preparation का perspective है. So if it's based in a multidisciplinary university, you can actually exchange your faculty so that we get the best teachers. So the 4-year integrated B.Ed offered by these multidisciplinary HEIs, higher education institutes, by 2030 will become the minimal degree qualification for school teachers. 4 साल का 2030 तक minimum. And technology platforms such as Swayam and Diksha clearly mentioned. This one's interesting. They were looking at equity in higher education and teacher education institutes. as I mentioned, HEIs will be transformed into large multidisciplinary universities, colleges, clusters, and knowledge hubs. Research intensive कुछ होंगे, teaching intensive कुछ होंगे, मगर all of these will come under these large multidisciplinary universities. Interesting, look at the second line of squares. अगर आप एक साल के बाद कोर्स से निकल आओगे, आपको सर्टिफिकेट मिलेगा. अगर आप 2 साल के बाद निकल आओ तो आपको डिप्लोमा मिलेगा. अगर 3 साल के बाद आप एग्जिट करो तो आपको बैचलर्स डिग्री मिलेगा, और 4 साल के बाद आप निकलो तो आपको बैचलर्स डिग्री विद टीचर ट्रेनिंग. As I said earlier, a academic bank of credit, or the ABC, shall be established, which would digitally store all your academic credits that you have earned. Nothing will be lost. You can enter, exit anytime, anywhere. That's what I call this anytime, anywhere education. You can actually catch up at your convenience. There's some steps that have to be taken for promoting SEDG learners. Some of them will be gender balance, aspirational districts में special education zones, separate universities, outreach programs करने पड़ेगा, और barrier free access. Look at the picture that I put there. All of them, higher institutions of learning, will have to be accessible and barrier free. And we have to set clear targets for the higher GER, gross enrollment ratio, of students from these groups, and funding be available. In the next slide, I'm showing you what these higher education institutes, उनको क्या करना पड़ेगा. उनको भी mitigate opportunity costs and fees pursuing higher education, make admission processes far more inclusive, increase employability potential, make sure that they are wheelchair accessible. If necessary, a bridge course बनाओ जो disadvantaged education background से आए हैं उनके लिए, and social, emotional, and academic support and mentoring. And the last slide, strictly enforce no discrimination and anti-harassment rules. हम जानते हैं, आप जानते हैं कि हायर एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशंस में जो SC/ST कैंडिडेट्स आते हैं वगैरह, बहुत सारे लोग सुसाइड करते हैं, बहुत सारे ड्रॉप आउट्स कर जाते हैं बिकॉज दे आर हैरेस्ड फॉर देयर कास्ट. सिमिलरली फॉर पर्सन्स विद डिसेबिलिटीज, मजाक उड़ाते हैं, बहुत कुछ कहते हैं. तो इन ये अब नहीं चलेगा. और सचमुच में अगर बच्चे इकट्ठे पढ़ेंगे क्लास 1 से एज 3 से, तो उनको ये समझ में आएगा कि व्हील चेयर्स आर पार्ट ऑफ माई फ्रेंड्स लाइफ. ये कोई अलग नहीं है, ये कोई इंफीरियर नहीं है, वो समान है, थोड़ा डिफरेंट है मगर एक इक्वल है. So if the seamlessness in education is there, the inclusivity from class 3 right up to higher education, not class 3, age 3 to higher education, then you learn to accept people who are different as part of the diversity in our life and our culture. Now I come to the last portion, which is role of parents. सबसे important चीज़ है. आप जो parents में जो audience है, मैं आपको प्रणाम करती हूँ. You are the real teachers. आज आप ही को सलाम करना चाहिए कि बच्चे को जितना आप समझ सकते हैं, we will never understand your child the way you know. So, while it is clear that the education of learners with disabilities is the responsibility of the state, ये सुनने को हमारे कान तरस गए थे कि गवर्नमेंट प्लीज एक्सेप्ट रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. ये सिर्फ NGOs का रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं है, ये गवर्नमेंट की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, और वो क्लियरली स्टेटेड है इस पॉलिसी में that education of children with disabilities is the responsibility of the state, and technology based solutions will be provided. So 3 जगह पेरेंट्स को क्लियरली मेंशन्ड है. वन इज 1.3 जहाँ पे 0 to 3 years को पढ़ाने के लिए बच्चे को गाइडलाइंस बनाई जाएगी पेरेंट्स के लिए, जो NCERT बनाएगी. 8.9 where they are saying that the public school must be the most attractive choice for parents, not private schools. आप पब्लिक स्कूल को इतना बढ़िया बनाओ कि कोई पेरेंट पब्लिक स्कूल से बाहर प्राइवेट स्कूल में उसके बच्चों को नहीं भेजेंगे. So that's really aspirational. And they also mention in 8.3 that there has been economic exploitation of parents. बहुत सारे हाई फीस चार्ज करते हैं, बहुत सारे अनरीजनेबल डिमांड्स करते हैं, और ये अब हम ख़त्म करने वाले हैं, पॉलिसी में कहता. सो यहाँ पे मैं दो पिक्चर दिखा रही हूँ. आप एक बर्ड्स देखिए कि एक छोटा सा बर्ड fell out of the nest. The father immediately dropped down and supported the baby bird from below, while the mother caught the baby bird through her beak, and together they're trying to bring that child back into the nest. Whoever's taken this picture has actually done a marvelous job. But parents are parents in anywhere. So this equitable, you see this leopard with how she's covering her babies. Mothers are everywhere. And today I salute all of you as well as the teachers. And this is my last slide कि इंक्लूसिव एजुकेशन के बारे में सबका सवाल है, बहुत सारे सवाल है. हम कहाँ जा रहे हैं, क्या हो रहा है 20 साल में, कितना आगे बढ़े हैं. तो आई हैव मार्क्ड दिस इन 5 points, the journey of inclusive education in India. Point 1 में हमने सिर्फ प्लेसमेंट कर पाए, वो भी लड़ाई करना पड़ता था. आई रिमेम्बर एज अ टीचर, एज एन एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर, कोई मेरा पास कोई बहुत बढ़िया स्टूडेंट हो, मैं उनको दूसरा स्कूल में रेगुलर स्कूल में जाके प्रिंसिपल के सामने हाथ जोड़ती थी, प्लीज़ इस बच्चे को आप एडमिट करवाएं. और जो प्रिंसिपल वो बहुत दया के भाव से उसको एडमिट करते थे. आजकल किसी के पास हाथ तो नहीं जोड़ पड़ना है, मगर उनको स्कूल में बस जगह मिलता है, उनकी लर्निंग आउटकम्स कोई नहीं देखता. सो वी मूव फ्रॉम पॉइंट 1 where we place children only on merit, case by case. Point 2, enrollment for all after RT. Point 3, they're looking at attendance. ये पहले नहीं था, पहले सिर्फ access, enrollment. Now they're looking at attendance of the child with disability. And 4 and 5, I think, is where this NEP 2020 will take us, where point 4 may there will be equity, more empowerment, and our children will be valued. Their diversity, their differentness will be valued. And in point 5, there will be complete assimilation. किसी को कोई अलग दिखाई नहीं देंगे. They will all be learners, they will all be students, and they'll all be precious. Thank you. मुझे बहुत सौभाग्य है कि टीचर्स डे में मुझे कुछ हमारे ही कुछ स्टूडेंट्स और कुछ बाकी लोग जो देख रहे हैं, सबको मेरा सलाम और सबका मेरा नमस्ते. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity on Teachers Day. I feel very honored and very humbled. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. It's always pleasure, ma'am. मैं तो I was, if you ask me, मैंने तो देख रहा पूरी तरह से मैं आपके प्रेजेंटेशन में घुस चुका था, and it was like we were getting so many information. I think if anybody will read it, understand it, it will take lot of time, but through your presentation it was so easy to understand. It made us very clear cut vision. And one thing I was thinking, ma'am, putting the provision of higher education in this NEP, जो मनोविकास कई 2-3 साल पिछले last 2-3 years से we were talking about the think college options for the persons with intellectual and developmental disability. Last year we have provided the few means 30-40 students into the main into the college education. Those were the intellectual and developmental disability. लेकिन अगर NEP लागू हो जाए और NEP को लोग समझना शुरू कर दे, it will be so easy for any children, any persons or any student to go and pursue the higher education. It will be really very good. It will be. And ma'am, we have some questions, but before going to the questions, I'll go to JC Gupta sir, if you have some comments or if you have some kind of take away.
Thank you, Alok ji. Thank you, Alok ji. Okay, it has always been a pleasure to listen to Aloka ji. एक एक शब्द ऐसा बोलते हैं कि आपके जहन में घुस जाएगा, अंदर घुस जाएगा, पेनिट्रेट कर जाएगा.
Very true sir.
नंबर 1 कि I have gone through the policy twice and thrice. मगर आज आलोका जी की बात सुनने के बाद में जो डिसेबिलिटी सेक्टर के बारे में मालूम करा, जो आई ओपनिंग हुई, दैट इज वंडरफुल. एक जो विशेषता शायद इसमें ये रही है कि पहली जो पॉलिसीज आई हैं उनमें कोई टाइमलाइन नहीं होती. इस पॉलिसी के अंदर काफी चीजों के लिए टाइमलाइन दिया गया है कि हमको 2025 तक करना है, 2030 तक करना है. तो ये एक बहुत अच्छी चीज है कि गोल सेट किया है हम लोगों ने कि भाई इस दौरान में हमको ये पीरियड कर लेना चाहिए. जैसे करिकुलम के पेडागोगी के लिए थे एनसीईआरटी और आरसीआई और एनसीटी को कहा है कि भाई आपको 2025 तक नया करिकुलम पेडागोगी बना देना है. तो ये चीजें जो हैं ये पहली बार पॉलिसी में आया है कि जहाँ टाइम फ्रेम हुआ. अगर हम आरपीडब्ल्यूडी एक्ट देखते हैं उसमें बहुत सारे कानून बनाए हैं मगर उनके अचीवमेंट के लिए कोई टाइमलाइन नहीं है. ऐसे ही पॉलिसी 86 कोई टाइमलाइन नहीं थी कि भाई हमको ये करना है. आरटी के अंदर भी कोई टाइमलाइन नहीं थी. तो द बेस्ट फीचर ऑफ दिस पॉलिसी इज दैट फॉर मैनी थिंग्स दे हैव प्रोवाइडेड द टाइमलाइन. और वो टाइमलाइन हमको अचीवमेंट करनी पड़ेगी, चाहे वो स्टेट गवर्नमेंट है या सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट है.
Great sir. So thank you sir. Thank you. And we have one person, he is very much raised hand from since the starting of the program. Om Prakash Avasthi ji, what you want to say, please? Om Prakash Avasthi ji. Yeah.
नमस्कार सर.
नमस्कार.
आपको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर, आपने हमें बोलने का मौका दिया.
प्लीज.
सर हम ये आपको बताना चाहते हैं कि जो नई शिक्षा नीति लागू हुई है तो इसमें जो बीएड स्पेशल किए हुए बच्चे हैं तो उनको सिर्फ आरसीआई की गाइडलाइन के अनुसार सिर्फ 6 से 8 में मान्य किया गया है एनसीटीई ने. ना तो प्राइमरी में जा सकते हैं 1 to 5 में, ना तो वो 9th और 10th 11 12 में जा सकते हैं बड़ी क्लासों में. और आज तक ना तो केवीएस ने एक भी पोस्ट निकाली है, ना तो नवोदय विद्यालय ने एक भी पोस्ट निकाली है स्पेशल एजुकेटर की. तो क्या नई शिक्षा नीति में भी बीएड स्पेशल वालों को स्थायी नौकरी मिलेगी या नहीं? हम लोग टीईटी, सीटीईटी, सुपर टीईटी सब पास बैठे हैं और उत्तर प्रदेश में 69,000 शिक्षक भर्ती आई थी, उसमें से किसी को भी नौकरी नहीं दी गई क्योंकि बीएड स्पेशल था.
मैम के पास आरसीआई में भी काम करने का है, बड़े बड़े ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस में भी जो गवर्नमेंट के साथ पॉलिसी मेकिंग में भी है. मैम कैन गिव यू द बेटर समथिंग, सम डायरेक्शन इन दैट वे कि जो हमारे बीएड किए हुए हैं आरसीआई वाले लोग उनके साथ का.
यूपी के बारे में कह रहे हैं आप?
जी मैम.
तो यूपी में जो श्रीवास्तव जी अब आज के दिन में डिसेबिलिटी कमिश्नर है, वो मेंबर सेक्रेटरी आरसीआई रह चुके हैं कई साल से. बहुत बढ़िया आदमी है, वेरी सेंसिटिव टू इश्यूज ऑफ पीपल विद डिसेबिलिटीज. आप उनको अप्रोच नहीं किए?
मैम हम लोग श्रीवास्तव जी से मिल चुके हैं तो उनका कहना ये है कि आप लोग एनसीटीई से बात करिए, आरटीआई से करिए, नेशनल ट्रस्ट एक्ट से बात करिए, एमएचआरडी से बात करिए. हम आपकी कोई भी बात अपने स्टेट लेवल पे कुछ भी नहीं कर सकते. आपकी पॉलिसी मेकिंग में गड़बड़ी हुई है. जो हमारा बीएड स्पेशल है 28 जून 2018 के गजट में शामिल नहीं किया गया है. जो एनसीटीई ने नया गजट बनाया था बीएड को प्राइमरी में शामिल करने के लिए, और हम लोग ये चाहते हैं कि हमारा बीएड स्पेशल जनरल के इक्विवेलेंट अगर कर दिया जाए तो हम लोग भी नवोदय विद्यालय, केंद्रीय विद्यालय, DSSS कहीं भी नौकरी पा सकते हैं.
तो आपने आरसीआई से कांटेक्ट किया?
मैम आप खुद जानती हैं कि ईमेल का जवाब कौन देता है आरसीआई में, फोन का जवाब कौन देता है? हम स्टूडेंट का. मैम
सॉरी, आरसीआई में आप किसको चिट्ठी लिखे हैं?
मैम हम लोग इलाहाबाद हाई कोर्ट में केस भी किए थे अपनी स्पेशल बीएड को लेकर के कि हम लोगों को 69,000 में नौकरी दी जाए. तो अभी तक केस पेंडिंग है और रिजल्ट में कोर्ट केस करके आ गया. हमारा यहाँ टीईटी में 1 to 5 में ये स्टेट गवर्नमेंट ने आर्डर ही नहीं निकाला सीटेट ने कि हम लोग 1 to 5 का पेपर दे सकें. ऐसा कुछ है जैसे बीएड स्पेशल अलग से लिख के आता है. तो हम लोग बिल्कुल बाउंडेड हो गए हैं सिर्फ 6 to 8 के लिए, और स्पेशल की पूरे देश में कहीं भी कोई भर्ती आती नहीं है और जनरल वालों को कोई भी स्टेट लेता नहीं है. तो इस वजह से हम लोग टीईटी दोनों पेपर, सीटीईटी दोनों पेपर, सुपर टीईटी सब पास किए हैं। यदि
हाँ।
कोई आरसीआई ऐसी गाइडलाइन बनाए कि जो टेट सीटेट पास बच्चे हैं
अच्छा,
उनकी अलग
आप
से लिस्ट बना ले।
आलोक जी को
जी,
एक चिट्ठी
लेटर
भेजिए।
लिख दीजिए।
हाँ,
Yeah.
मैं और आलोक मिलके
Definitely,
आरसीआई
ma'am.
के जो मेंबर सेक्रेटरी है डॉक्टर सुबोध कुमार जी, बहुत बढ़िया इंसान है, बहुत ही हिमसेल्फ इज अ स्पेशल एजुकेटर। तो हमको मिलके
पता
कोशिश
चले,
करेंगे
yeah.
कुछ, हाँ, एटलीस्ट पता चला या
हाँ।
कि सिचुएशन क्या है, व्हाट आर द पॉसिबल रेमेडीज एंड हु डू वी नीड टू वर्क विद इन ऑर्डर टू टेक दिस फॉरवर्ड इन द लाइट ऑफ द न्यू पॉलिसी।
डेफिनेटली मैम। तो ओम प्रकाश
तो
जी,
ओम
आपसे
प्रकाश जी, आप हम
आग्रह है,
चिट्ठी लिखिए
yeah,
आलोक जी
please
को।
you
Okay,
write
ma'am.
a letter and then we will see. Anil Kumar ji, you have some question? Anil Kumar ji, unmute yourself. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm finding no much more questions. So anybody, yeah, please.
आलोक जी,
हाँ, जी।
आलोक जी, एक जो अभी पिछले वक्त हमारे से कह रहे थे कि बीएड जनरल एजुकेशन और बीएड स्पेशल एजुकेशन को इक्विटेबल कर दिया जाए। तो ये किसी भी कोर्सेज के अंदर नहीं होता, दो कोर्सेज को हम बराबर समानता प्रदान कर दें।
जी।
ये हमको ये फाइट करना चाहिए कि जो एजुकेशनल क्वालिफिकेशन है, रिक्रूटमेंट ऑफ टीचर फ्रॉम 1 to 5 और 6 to 8, उसमें बीएड स्पेशल एजुकेशन को या डीएड स्पेशल एजुकेशन को स्थान दिया जाए। और शायद ऐसा कुछ एग्रीमेंट हुआ है एनसीटी और आरसीआई के साथ में, वो उनको देखना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि ये 2015 में जब मैं आरसीआई में था तब यहाँ पर कुछ ऐसी बातचीत चल रही थी और उसके बाद में ऐसा कुछ एग्रीमेंट हुआ है, एमओयू हुआ है कि भाई ये जो है इट विल बी कंसीडर्ड एज बीएड स्पेशल एजुकेशन, बीएड और बीएड स्पेशल एजुकेशन।
हाँ, ये इसके बारे में काफी चर्चा हुई आरसीआई में, और एनसीटी और आरसीआई तो पहले एक दूसरे से के बात भी नहीं करते थे, मगर आज के दिन में जो एनसीटी के चेयरमैन आए हैं वो हमारे आरसीआई के एमएस दोनों एक दूसरे को बहुत अच्छी तरह से जानते हैं और डिस्कशंस चालू है अबाउट पैरिटी, वो will come at some time. So all of these issues about 2-year course, 1-year course, or I think will be resolved in the near future.
Okay, we have.
Can I?
Yeah, please,
add,
one by one. Yeah.
Just 1 second.
Yes,
since after JC Gupta ji, sir, I also joined the same RCI. And I was also dealing with this issue of parity of special educators and teacher educators at the primary level. और उस समय I left in 2016, 17. तो ये था कि it was on the paper and in principle it was agreed. But the thing was कि इनके लिए मैं जो दो चीज कहना चाहूंगी कि एक तो ये अपने हाई कोर्ट की कॉपी और जो इन्होंने इनकी डिमांड है उसको सीधा अभी फ्रेश डॉक्टर सुबोध कुमार सर मतलब आरसीआई को जरूर भेजे रिप्रेजेंटेशन, अगर इन्होंने अभी तक नहीं किया है, क्योंकि स्टेट लेवल पे वो चीज बिल्कुल ठीक कही श्रीवास्तव जी ने कि नहीं वो नहीं हो पाई। आई बीइंग अ पार्ट ऑफ निष्ठा प्रोग्राम आल्सो विजिटिंग उत्तर प्रदेश रिसेंटली, knowing various zones and other area, so this is one suggestion. And second thing was इनको लेटर में, if I am not incorrect, please correct, all my seniors are here, अलोका जी and everybody, कि लेटर में इनको ये कहना पड़ेगा कि जहाँ एडवर्टीजमेंट यूपी की निकलती है उसमें बीएड स्पेशल एजुकेशन को और बाकियों के साथ भी इंक्लूड किया जाए फॉर अदर देन प्राइमरी एंड दिस, क्योंकि कुछ पोस्ट ऐसे गाइडलाइंस बनाए। थैंक यू।
So we have now I'm finding Akhil Paul sir is here and so many professors and so many persons. If any question, one more question we can take. Akhil ji, you have any suggestion or anything, please? Yeah.
कोई प्रश्न नहीं है। आप सबको हैप्पी टीचर्स डे और हमारी सबकी गुरु अलोका दी को स्पेशल फॉर अ वेरी गुड and very efficient, effective presentation as always on national education policy. As she has expressed over whole presentation कि हमारी pedagogy में परिवर्तन की जरूरत है, हमारी पढ़ाने के तरीकों में परिवर्तन की जरूरत अब बहुत ज्यादा है, और ये पॉलिसी सिर्फ सरकार के लिए नहीं है, ये हम सब लोगों के लिए है, हम सबको मिलकर इस पॉलिसी को इम्प्लीमेंट करवाना है। तो बहुत इनसे अच्छी वक्ता आज के दिन हमको नहीं मिल सकती थी, तो आपको बहुत बहुत अभिनंदन कि आपने आलोका जी को खोज निकाला और उनके बातों से हमको एक नया रूप में एजुकेशन पॉलिसी देखने को मिली।
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू।
आलोक सर,
जी
आलोक सर, हेलो
जी प्लीज।
मैं बोल सकता हूँ कुछ?
हाँ बोलिए।
नहीं सर, जैसा कि उन्होंने उत्तर प्रदेश से क्वेश्चन किया था एम्प्लॉयमेंट के लिए, तो हम लोगों ने एक पोस्ट कार्ड मूवमेंट स्टार्ट किए थे और फाइनली उस पर एक कमेटी बनी पार्लियामेंट में, और उस कमेटी का फाइंडिंग ये था कि ये राज्य सरकार की जिम्मेदारी है। 2 बार सारे राज्य सरकार के सीएम को लिख चुके हैं, जिसमें थोड़ा सा दिल्ली में प्रभाव पड़ा और थोड़ा सा राजस्थान में, बाकी कोई सीएम रिस्पॉन्स नहीं लेते हैं, और ये राज्य सरकार और केंद्र सरकार के बीच की है। आलोका मैम से मैं इतना रिक्वेस्ट करना चाहूंगा, कई बार मिला भी, मैम से बातचीत भी किया कि आरसीआई से काफी क्लोजली जुड़ी हुई है। आरसीआई का काम सिर्फ प्रोटेक्शन करना ही नहीं है। हम पीडब्ल्यूडी एक्ट 1995 बनाए, आरपीडब्ल्यूडी एक्ट 2016 बनाए, पर प्रोफेशनल के राइट्स के लिए भी कोई एक्ट होनी चाहिए, और ये आरसीआई इसकी प्रोटेक्शन कर रही है, तो कुछ राइट्स की बात भी अपने अमेंडमेंट वाले एक्ट में करें। और आलोक सर, याद होगा आपके यहाँ जब मीटिंग हुई थी सजेशन के लिए हम लोगों ने दिया था, तो मैम जो भी हमारे सुपर सीनियर सब आरसीआई से जुड़े हुए हैं उनसे आग्रह है कि प्रोफेशनल का राइट जहाँ ह्यूमिलिएट होता है उसके लिए भी थोड़ा सोचे। आरसीआई इस दिशा में कुछ नहीं सोच रही है कि प्रोडक्शन निकालते जा रही है, तो प्रोडक्शन का मार्केट में क्या डिमांड है इसका भी थोड़ा सा ध्यान रखना होगा। और अगर कैबिनेट कहती है, सेंट्रल मिनिस्ट्री कहती है कि राज्य सरकार की जिम्मेदारी है, तो हम तो ज्यादा कुछ नहीं कहते हैं कि प्रत्येक विद्यालय में एक स्पेशल एजुकेटर अपॉइंट कर दीजिए, आधी समस्या पीडब्ल्यूडी कम्युनिटी का खत्म हो जाएगा। तो इस दिशा में भी थोड़ा अगर मिनिस्ट्री लेवल पे और आरसीआई थोड़ा लिखेगी, क्योंकि आरसीआई पत्रों का जवाब नहीं देती है। अब कहिएगा कैसे, मैं एक एग्जाम्पल देता हूँ, मैम जुड़ी हुई है। एमपीडी मास्टर प्लान ऑफ दिल्ली 2021 में एक प्रोविजन है कि हर प्रकार के प्रोफेशनल रेसिडेंशियल इलाके में प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हैं एक्सेप्ट आरसीआई रजिस्टर्ड प्रोफेशनल। मैंने लिखा अभी तक आरसीआई से तांबे जी के पास फाइल गया, दोबारा लेटर घूम के नहीं आया, जबकि सुप्रीम कोर्ट का जवाब हमारे पास आ गया। तो थोड़ा सा इस दिशा में, चूंकि आप पॉलिसी लेवल पे है तो प्रयास करेंगे, तो मुझे लगता है कुछ इम्प्लीमेंट होगा। हम बेहद प्रोफेशनल, हमारा राइट है बोलना अपने गार्जियन से, आरसीआई हमारे गार्जियन है, मेंटर है, उसके लिए हम लोग बोलेंगे। ये मेरा सजेशन।
सर हम लोग बीएड स्पेशल वाले अगर सरकार चाहे तो कितनी भी पात्रता परीक्षा ले ले, हम तो लोग तैयार है हर मामले में देने के लिए।
मैं सोचता हूँ कि
मौका मिलना चाहिए हम लोगों को।
डेफिनेटली मैं सोचता हूँ कि ये बीएड वाले जो प्रॉब्लम है, और मैं आलोका मैम को भी रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा और सुबोध सर को भी मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि एक दिन आए और इस मुद्दे पे हम लोग बातचीत जरूर करें। और अगर कोई ऐसा सुझाव है कि हम प्रोफेशनल्स के लिए कुछ ऐसा कानून बने या कुछ पॉलिसी बने, तो उसके लिए भी हम लोग बातचीत करेंगे। तो मैं इन द मीन टाइम आपसे यह आग्रह करूंगा कि यू प्लीज कीप अस राइटिंग अस, गिव अस इन द राइटिंग कि व्हाट पॉइंट्स you would like to highlight. We'll definitely take it up. And I would like to tell you, we are again coming on the Wednesday, September 9th at 3 p.m. With a good practice for inspiring the volunteer, with a good inspiring volunteer. And we have received many inquiries regarding your e-Gyan Sala and open basic education program. So our team is definitely helping you, and we will give you the proper answer in that, and we'll go into our president Nimesh Ji Desai sir for the concluding remarks. आप फुदक के कहाँ गए उसके बारे में।
मैं फुदक के दूसरे वेबिनार में टॉक देके फिर फुदक के यहाँ आ गया, लेकिन मैं फोन पे दूसरा वेबिनार भी सुन रहा हूँ। लेकिन जितना मैंने सुना आलोका जी को, एटलीस्ट सेकेंड हाफ वाज एक्सीलेंट। आई मीन सूरज को दिया दिखाने वाली बात है। I don't need to say much more. A lot of people have said, and we all know her accomplishments and her clarity and her passion. But Alok, I agree with you. जो आपने बात कही एट ऑल लेवल्स ऑफ एजुकेशन जो ये पॉलिसी इतना बदलाव लाएगी बहुत अच्छी बात है। जैसे गुप्ता जी ने कहा टाइम बाउंड अगर गोल पोस्ट है, लेकिन यह हायर एजुकेशन वाली चीज आपके और हमारे लिए आलोक बहुत इंटरेस्ट की है, जैसे हमने बात किया है। तो जो आलोक जी ने वो माई इंफॉर्मेशन दी वो बड़ी अच्छी लगी, एंड वी शुड पॉसिबली एक्ट ऑन दैट कलेक्टिवली।
Yes,
पर मैं
yes.
गुप्ता जी से एग्री करता हूँ। What Gupta ji said in his remarks about Aloka ji's talk, I think we should have Madam Aloka Guha more frequently with us for a variety of activities. At least एक एडवांटेज ये जो लॉकडाउन और अनलॉक में हो गया है कि हम लोग वर्चुअल वर्ल्ड में कनेक्ट हो गए हैं, जो पहले वेट करते थे कि ट्रैवल करेंगे, कब जाएंगे, कब आ पाएंगे, you know. So one of the few positives amongst many other problems of the corona epidemic is that like Oscar Wilde said, the world is actually becoming a closer place.
Yes.
Global village हो गया, हम कहीं से बैठ के कहीं बात कर लेते हैं। Aloka ji, thank you so much on my part and on Manovikas family's part.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
having me.
No, thank you, ma'am.
Alok, thank you so much.
Yeah. I'll give the vote of thanks, and then it is my privilege to extend my heartfelt thanks to this 39 episode of Mashwara. On behalf of Manovikas team, Mashwara team, and entire fraternity of our institution, first of all, I extend my thanks to the Almighty God. And on behalf of I and myself and Manovikas and everyone, Aloka ma'am, आपको कितना धन्यवाद दें वो बहुत ही कम है, and I think it is long awaited coming to Manovikas has fulfilled somehow, Zoom पे ही हो, लेकिन आपका मनोविकास में आना आज के लिए ये हमारे लिए सपने की तरह है. So thank you very much. You have given us the time and it is wonderful presentation and finding. मैं खुद कहूँ तो मैं भी बहुत हद तक NEP को कुछ भी नहीं जानता था और आज हमने बहुत ही जाना है और भी जानने का एक इच्छा है. So we will request you ma'am for coming again to Manovikas and Mashwara, and I must mention my deepest sense of appreciation to Dr. Nimesh Desai sir. आपका जो mentoring है, आपका जो teaching है, आपका जो हम लोगों के प्रति श्रद्धा है और एक पुश है, that has gone very good way on the behalf of on the occasion of this Teachers Day. We love you so much and thank you very much for supporting us, and big thanks to Jesse Gupta sir. You are also a good mentor for us, and thank you very much for supporting Manovikas, guiding us, and thank you very much. And I give a big thanks to Adya, my daughter, and Namo Narayan, Amjad Hussain, and many other volunteers. I have seen that the Shalini, Nitin, and many volunteers we have seen on the website, on the Facebook. They are reposting our medias and posts. So thank you all volunteers, and again thanks Raki for sign language, and Kaniska for Facebook Live, and Indra madam to controlling Zoom, Nistha, Susil, Dharamjit, Ruby madam. Everyone has supported this team very much. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by you all Manovikas family member. So salute you for your motivation and dedication. So thank you very much. Finally, wonderful guests and participants. Your active participation with such a great affiliation with Mashwara is very incredible. We have seen you are यहाँ भी 300-400 लोग यहाँ पर आ जाते हैं Facebook पे, and overall I have seen that each episode has been viewed by more than 305 times. आप हर मशवरा का हर एक जो एपिसोड है वो 3500 बार देखा जाता है मिनिमम. हमारी जो टीम ने एक रिसर्च किया then they found. So this is great affiliation with Mashwara. I thank you very much. Thank you for your active participation. Thanks a lot to one and all directly or indirectly involved in this program. So thank you very much, and thank you Aloka ma'am for blessing us. So thank you very much. Thank you all. Thank you ma'am. Thank you.